Hi, my name is Jennifer. I thought you started. Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I am a tired mother.
And I am Crystal, and I am trying to can, but just can't. Welcome back to Such a Effing Lady, the podcast.
Round of applause. Round of applause.
Round of applause. So, Jennifer, we are going to have our Give a Lady Her Flowers segment. Are you ready?
So ready.
All right.
You're episode 3, friend. Or actually, this is 51, 50,
Yep,
53.
this is last time you gave me my flowers. So this time I give flowers first?
Also, in the notes, it's literally you. What are we talking about?
Don't say that because a second ago you were confused. You go first, and then I would say who I am and what I'm thinking about, and then I welcome us to the podcast. No?
But on the first, am I tripping? I thought you were the one who does it. First. Then I go, and then you go, and welcome back to Such a Effing Lady, the podcast.
No, because remember last time you were like, look at this KP with an arrow. Welcome back to Such a Effing Lady podcast. And you were drilling me because you thought that I would forget to do that part after I finished saying what my thought was.
Okay.
I'm going to give you that you were right about giving flowers.
I just think like we're swapping back. Wait, is that what we're doing? I thought we were going back and forth with who starts with, or is it always I go, you say welcome back?
I thought that's
okay.
I think that's what yeah.
Okay, that could be a me thing.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Welcome back. This is the revamp. We're just trying to recall the order and be organized, and that's what that is. So I am giving flowers today to our friend Miss Trucina Lynn Brooks Williams. Are we even full government names? It's too late now, but okay.
We're here.
She is one of my best friends, and So I am chronically known as the friend stealer among my friend group, and they might be right. I did scoop Trucina Lynn from Jennifer. Thanks, Jen. Mm-hmm. A while back. The funny story is that I went to Trucina Lynn and her husband Sir's wedding in Mexico.
I feel like that's racist.
I know. So I tried to quickly course correct. I just like how it sounds when people be like Mexico. Mm-hmm. But okay, I'm going to say the American way, which is Mexico. And it's funny because I was adamant with Jennifer about going and being her plus one, but not needing to participate in any of the wedding activities. She was the maid of honor, so I was like, I don't want to be like maid of honor adjacent and work for her friend's wedding at the time. So I went to Mexico and stayed in a lovely resort, had the best massage possible. And now, after the wedding, we are BFFs. So thank you, Jennifer, for that. Mm-hmm. But she is one of my best friends, and I want to give her flowers. She is an extra savvy attorney, but so much more than that. And I want to focus on herself that is outside of her being a professional attorney, which she is a badass professional attorney. But with all that said, I also want to note and honor her for the phenomenal mother and auntie and friend that she is. She is dependable, and daughter. She is dependable. She is, what is it called when you give a lot? Generous.
Selfless?
And selfless. Mm-hmm. Yes. And very generous. One example of that is her being a phenomenal auntie to her niece, and she drove 2.5 hours to see her for her 10-minute holiday performance. Can't say, I might have said, I don't know, send the recording, but she did it. Yeah, that's a lot. In addition to that, she is a double minority-owned business, and I have taken advantage of her business skills because she is who planned my luxury buddy moon back in 2022. Mm-hmm. When my husband and I got married, we decided to take a buddy moon and a honeymoon. The buddy moon consisted of 22 folks, and she coordinated all of the things from flights to where we were going to stay, where we were going to eat, everybody's meal accommodations and dietary needs, our what's it called when you go somewhere, excursions. Mm-hmm. She did all of that, and she was the concierge for the trip. And her business is called We Stay Away Luxury Lux. I'm going to mess up the name. I think We Stay Away Luxury Travel. If you want to look that up, I'm sure you can find it. She plans for large and small groups for international and domestic trips for any budget. And she also plans for all occasions. So if you're celebrating a birthday or a wedding or an anniversary, she can do it all. Quinceañera, whatever. So don't look like that.
You are on a roll.
So I'm being inclusive. Any occasion. I just don't want people to think that it's just, you know, American occasions, birthday, you know, regular
I think
stuff.
a lot of Americans have quinceañeras.
Do they?
I do believe
I mean,
they do.
Americans because they're citizens, but I'm talking about nationality. Like, I think that's, is that wrong?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know either. But she does it all is what I'm saying
She
is the
does.
point. Okay. I'm
Yep.
just always being blamed. So that is her flowers. Thank you, Trucina Lynn, for being a wonderful friend and savvy businesswoman. And of course, you're a badass attorney as well.
Where can we find her?
We can find her, thank you, on Instagram. We Stay Away. Oh, I don't have her handles right in front of me. Coming soon. And we're getting it together for this segment. And you can find her website at We Stay Away. Let me just Google this real quick. Can you help at all, Jennifer? Let's see. Let me see here. We Stay Away.
We could also just put it when we post the episode.
Let's do that. Let's just put it there.
Yep.
We Stay Away app. I don't think that's what that is. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna put it. We're gonna add it in the captions when we post this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So there are your flowers. They were a little old, leaning to the side, but I did my best.
Or we could say they're those flowers that last for, are they a year or a lifetime? Le Fleur or something. Fleur de.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
those really, really, really good flowers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to add that motherhood looks differently for everyone. Mm-hmm. So although Trucina Lynn doesn't have like the what would you call it, traditional family setup for being a mom, mm-hmm. I guess she's been a mother to lots of children. Her dog, she has 3. She took in 4 puppies. So. One passed away, unfortunately, but they were dropped at her doorstep. That was a very unique and strange situation.
Like specifically, like her nephews who lived with her, and she put them through school and like
all of those good things. Yeah, mm-hmm. I wasn't going to get into like the specific details, but just that motherhood doesn't always look like I gave birth to you and I raised you.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's what I just wanted to give her props for. All right, segueing on into our next segment.
Lifing.
Yeah.
What'd you do for New Year's Eve? New Year's Day?
Well, New Year's Eve, my family came over. So my parents, my mom and stepdad, and my husband's parents, my mother-in-law and father-in-law. That's how that goes. And they came over with the kids and we cooked. I cooked a lot for New Year's, probably more for Christmas. Like I was dead the next day. Mm-hmm. And then we did our intention setting. Mm-hmm. So I made them all join my class. I gathered them. I tried to gather them for my assignment, which was to list out the things that they wanted to leave in 2024 and what they wanted to take with them in 2025, goals, any changes that they intend to make, things like that. Ultimately, it went well. It went okay. Dealing with parents and adults sometimes can be worse than dealing with a classroom full of kids, I've learned. Mm-hmm. They did not follow instructions. Mm-hmm. They did not like the instructions. Traditionally for this event or I guess assignment, you would burn what you wanted to leave in the past year. Mm-hmm. Like outside, it'd be fun, bonfire style. We have a fire pit in the backyard. It's gas. It's not like it takes wood or anything. It literally is a lighter.
Right.
And they didn't want to do that. So I said, okay, fine. Let's just do with it what you will. And so, my mother-in-law opted to put hers in the toilet and just flush it. I mean, same result.
That's what happened, though?
That is what happened. And that's my plumbing. But, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, paper disintegrates, I think. So,
I just kind of feel like when you're in a public bathroom, they're like, don't put anything in this toilet except toilet paper.
Yeah. Well, and then the other one, when it was time to read off our intentions, my mom was like, oh, are we supposed to be doing that for the last, 20 minutes? 20 minutes ago when I instructed everyone to write down what you're going to do in 2025 and what you're going to leave in 2024. Mm-hmm. And the whole time she was just sitting there on the couch watching TV while everyone else was doing their work. So, and then for my stepdad, he opted to give his assignment to my mom. And so she had to come up with what he would leave in 2024 and what he was going to do in 2025. And that was make June happier and leave in 2024 anything that doesn't make June happy. And that was his.
Icon.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And so I think my husband and I are the only ones who did what we needed to do. And except he did give me his to burn outside in the cold while he stayed inside. So
it was cold.
It was cold. It was. I mean, I was the only one motivated, I guess, to the assignment, except for BFF Morgan. She was over there as well, and she fully participated. So she and I went outside and burned ours together, except I accidentally also burned what I plan to do in 2025. So I don't know. I actually have no clue what I said I would do in 2025, awesome. But it's up to the Lord now, and that's also why I'm trying to can, but I can't. So
yep, got it.
What about you? What you do?
So what I didn't do, every year for the past I don't know how many years, I on New Year's Eve would make sure, by the end of the night that I have washed all of my laundry, I have taken out all my garbage, I have cleaned everything, and I sage my house. Mm-hmm. So many years I've been doing that. This year I did nothing. I was like, we're going to see what happens when I don't prepare at all.
Right.
Because struggle bus, we're still there. And so I didn't really even think I would see midnight. Not like I would die, but I just didn't think I would be awake. But Echo and I happened to be up.
So just rethink what you just said. I'm sorry.
Because some people are like, I didn't even think I'd see 25. This is not what I meant.
Right.
Yeah, Echo just happened to be awake, bouncing off the walls. And so we were up. He made it to like 12:15. And then I needed another like 20, 30 minutes to just calm myself from all of the sensory overload. Then I went to sleep. But we were up we're working on rhyming words. So like I'll say 4. And then he has to say all the words that he knows that rhymes with 4. And then we'll move on to another word. And that's, it's a good time to him. So that's what we do. That was my New Year's Eve.
That does not sound fun. So before we move on, I just wanted to resurrect from the figurative dead. Sound Guy Jay. He has said that he didn't mind having headphones and a microphone. And although I killed him off the last episode, he is back.
Round of applause.
Round of applause.
Definitely killed me off, but it's okay.
Isn't the show so much better, though, when you thought that the character was killed off and then a couple episodes later...
Surprise.
They come back.
I mean, like a general hospital or something.
It's the suspense, Mm-hmm. So what did you do for New Year's Eve?
I went to church, and then typically after that, go to my grandparents' house and we bring in the New Year's Eve together. But this year I was mad tired. I was really tired this year. So Jen said, I thought I wasn't going to make it and I really didn't even care about the ball drop. I'm just like, come on, let's get this over with. And we brought it in with a prayer, and that was pretty much it. Nothing crazy. I don't do anything crazy on New Year's. Definitely heard the gunshots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But it was loud, but not a lot.
Echo was like, somebody's at the door. It's like, no, baby. I just told him they were fireworks. He's like, can we go see the fireworks? It's like, no, we cannot.
Yeah, no, these are different.
They didn't really do that this year.
Works of fire.
I just completely forgot. First of all, I think I switched around my days. You went to church.
Mm-hmm.
You did rhyming words.
Mm-hmm.
I said I did the activity.
Mm-hmm.
That was New Year's Day going into
January 1st.
January
I mean, well, that is January 1st.
2nd. I'm really confused now because for New Year's night, that's not what I did. For New Year's night, oh, I think that is what I did. And then my parents left,
Mm-hmm.
and then Luciano came over.
Oh, that
Had
was that
to
night.
be, yeah, because then it was just me and David, and then we left and made it to David's cousin's house right at like 11:57. Because Luciano came over, we had a couple of shots, but it was like womp womp, like just three of us not having fun.
Mm-hmm.
But Luciano had come over from their cousin's house. Luciano's my husband's cousin, and not mine. And we were like, oh, let's go over there because they already partying. They got karaoke, and I had to convince my husband to go, and we did. We made it there right before the ball drop.
Do y'all really watch the ball drop? People always say that. Like, oh, I don't know if
really.
I've ever seen a ball drop.
We just do the countdown. Like,
Oh,
I didn't this year.
yeah. Just do the
Yeah.
countdown.
But is it New York?
because how do you
Yeah.
watch it? It's an hour ahead.
Yeah, that's what
they
I was gonna
replay
say.
it.
They repeat it.
Yeah.
They repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's already one
Yeah.
there. So, yeah, they just repeat it. But when people
Yeah.
say, what do you do for New Year's? I always think of New Year's Eve, not day.
Right.
Day don't mean nothing. I was getting ready for work. I had to go to work
Right.
Thursday. So, yeah.
I didn't go to work New Year's Day. Well, I didn't work New Year's Day. What about you, Jan?
No, I was off.
The whole
I don't know.
week.
I went back that following week. I was sick also, so keeping that in mind. I had I don't know what I had, but a cough that wouldn't go away. I thought it was COVID, but it wasn't. And then
Oh, yeah.
a fever, the real bad fever.
Yeah, that was fun for after the parents left and everything. And we went and we did karaoke and we drank a lot, and that was fun.
Speaking of drinking, I have this as a note. I feel like I don't drink anymore, guys, and I don't know how I feel about this. I drank. I don't think I talked about it here. Back in September, I had that martini from that steak place. I'm not gonna say it in case they did poison me, and
But shouldn't you say it if they did poison
because
you?
it could have been the scallops.
Same place, no?
Fair. What was it? What's the steak place I went to?
Moe's?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Downtown.
Where is it at?
By Planet Fitness.
Oh, right across the street?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Moe's steak.
Yeah. Went
Mhm.
there.
A place for steak.
So I had scallops, but I also had this martini. But I think the person I was with had the scallops too, and they didn't get sick. That's why I think I wasn't attributing it to the scallops.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. Definitely sick the next day. And so I hadn't touched alcohol since then. Day after Christmas, I went to brunch with my cousin and my brother and sister-in-law. And so I was like, I'm going to try a mimosa. We went to Toast, I think it's called.
Mhm.
Tried a mimosa. I had like 3 sips. Stomach was hurting. So I said, no, I think I'm just done for real.
What were you drinking? Like, what was the alcohol?
In the mimosas? I don't know. Probably
Oh, that
cheap
would have been
champagne.
champagne.
Yeah.
And then at Moe's, that
It
was,
was their Starburst martini. I don't know what they
so
put in it.
vodka, probably. Usually martinis are vodka.
Maybe I should try some tequila. I don't really drink tequila like that, but maybe I should try it. I just need to be able to drink.
Tequila is usually the one people stay away from.
Right. Oh, rum. I like rum. Well, I
Oh, you
used to
do like
anyway.
rum.
Maybe I'll try rum again. But yeah, it's so weird. So now through this lens, right, of me not wanting to drink when I go somewhere, it's like, oh, happy hour. It's like, what's the point?
Right.
Like, oh, let's grab drink. I don't want to go grab drinks. Grab drinks because I'm
Draft
gonna drink
drinks.
Sprite. Why you gotta call out every time? I have a little tongue twist.
I like your tongue twists. I like drab drinks. It sounds it sounds good. Anyway,
So yeah, I feel like I'm raw dogging life because I have nothing. To
Well,
help
Honeybee
me.
Sage has alternatives, though. I don't know
They
if you ever
do.
tried those, but they have like alternatives like cocktails.
Shout out to
But I
Honeybee
don't
Sage.
go. Shout out to Honeybee. Like I don't drink for the taste. I drink for what it does to me.
Social, got it.
Does somebody smoke using these microphones?
Not really.
Mine smells like cigarettes. Does yours, Jennifer?
It smells like something.
Really?
Yeah.
Like maybe you
Nobody-
they be around smoke or something.
Yeah, maybe that's probably what it was.
Does somebody smoke cigarettes?
No, nobody smokes.
It doesn't
cigarettes.
smell
It's not
like
necessarily
weed.
cigarettes. It's just hookah.
Mm.
I don't know.
No,
Just it's
those
there's a scent.
microphones. I don't use those for anybody that does partake in that.
No.
So it might just be in the vicinity. So
Yeah.
I'll clean those off. I'm glad you told me that.
I also hypothetically don't do that anymore either.
What's that?
Partake in adult treats
Oh, really? Oh,
because it gives me headaches.
have you tried the treat?
I've tried everything,
Oh,
and it's like instant headache now. Like headache or headache.
I don't want to get there.
I think that's why I'm struggling so much because like all the things
to
I had to help me.
Be like Auntie Tab, and just go vegan.
Mm,
And then, yeah.
I like cheese. It don't like me, so honestly, I could.
You might
yeah.
have to go vegan.
Anywho. what's
Anywho,
next?
I have not stopped partaking in anything. I will say that in order for me to partake in alcohol, I have to at the same time, like, what is it, hydrate regularly. Like, I have to, with every sip, take a drink of water. And ibuprofen would be nice. If I'm not going to take ibuprofen before I get started drinking, I need to take it before I go to bed so I can wake up and not feel like I've been drinking all
Definitely
night.
gotta do
Yeah, no. But anything that I can munch on that is treated with organic plant-based material.
So it's vegan, eh?
Is it vegan? I mean,
Flour should be vegan.
flour should be vegan.
From the earth.
I mean, you're not, yeah. And so I'd prefer just not to like inhale anything into my lungs because I just don't want anything in my lungs. But, I mean, if I only have that choice, that's fine. But I do prefer the edible version.
This is all hypothetical and
This
for
is all
entertainment
hypothetical.
purposes.
Yes.
Thanks.
Caveat. Also, we were talking about New Year's and we were talking about you drinking and then not drinking. How is that helping with your mental?
I feel like it's hurting it
Oh,
because I'm just everything. I just got to experience it. Just deal. What the F? Yeah.
okay. Well, what is your outlook for 2025?
Oh, funny you mentioned that. So, shout out to Alexis. My friend Lexi, her birthday is early January. And so, for the past, I don't know how many years, she has like a vision board party to ring in her birthday.
Nice. Can you move the Classic Shop water container? Shout out to the Classic Shop.
Shout out to the Classic Shop. And this year, I had already decided I'm not doing vision boards because, again, with the whole, I'm not doing it. So instead, I just wrote it out in this lovely planner that I received from the Kinetic Coaching Wellness Camp. I don't know what it was called. Retreat. Sorry.
Would you like me to clarify the name?
Go for it.
It is the Lux Mini Retreat series that happens once a quarter. And Jennifer was an attendee of the one in December. And it does take place at the Well Spot, the Pfister, for now.
I don't know where I got camp from. Maybe I think retreat, and sometimes you
Yeah.
go camping for a retreat.
Yeah.
Okay. Anywho, so we had like different categories, and so
This was at the birthday party?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just wrote out like my categories. So the biggest thing, my outlook is about financial freedom, and I'm doing a really good job, I must say.
Yay, round of applause.
Thank you. This month, side note, my brother suggested, shout out to Martinzi of ESPN's.
We can't be adding all these damn ads. I mean, shout out to Martinzi, but we even shout out everybody in this episode. We don't have enough room in our caption.
And they need to drop the money, so yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Make sure they drop the bag.
That's right.
He's not, well, I think he's getting into his content creator bag. Anyway, he suggested this challenge for us in our like cousin group chat that we don't spend any money on, well, no alcohol. I think that they're not like consuming, period. For me, it didn't matter because I'm not anyway. But then not spending money on food outside of the house. Like grocery store, you can, but like no fast food, no DoorDash, no going to restaurants, any of that.
I don't know if I could do that.
You can do anything you set your mind through to. I think it's because I'm sober. And you can do everything through Christ who strengthens you. So anyway, I've been doing that, and it has not been that difficult. for work, the 1 day a week that I go into the office, I've been taking lunch in, and I just feel like I want to vlog it so bad, so I could be like, the get ready with me while I pack my lunch for work.
You say you do, but you don't want to do that.
I don't.
Sidebar. I thought the get ready with me was grown women.
Like
the acronyms. I thought the acronyms.
Because you saw the acronym but didn't see the videos.
Yeah. Well, I saw the video. I watched the video, but I didn't really pay attention to it. I thought it was grown women. Then I started doing it, and I was like, and then somebody was like,
that
"Get ready
makes sense.
with me," something like that. I was like, so I'm going to retreat.
That makes sense.
I'm going to die again.
How does grown woman make sense?
GRWM.
Context is there though. Yeah, if you just see it written out, maybe.
Well, that's what he's
if you're
saying.
watching. No, he said he watched the video.
Yeah, I watched the video. I'm back again. I'm live. Yeah, I watched the video, but I never paid attention to it. I just saw a grown up it, and I'm like, "What are these dudes doing?" I was like, "Hey, whatever floats your boat."
You're gonna close the casket on Jay.
I'm dead. All right.
Get ready with me. You don't really want to do that because
I'm gonna be on
content
camera.
making is.
The point was, so far this month, I only spent money once, and that was because we were out and about running errands. I needed to get Echo some McDonald's, so I spent money. But anyway, the point is, I've taken now like extra money, and I just dump it into my credit card because I'm like, no, we're paying this ish off.
Yeah.
Like,
do you have a strategy for paying off your credit cards, or is it just whatever one gets the money that time?
I go by lowest balance. I know
Okay.
you're supposed to go by,
I don't think you're
or
supposed
you
to do
can
anything.
go by interest because blah blah blah. But what works for me is to see my balance going to zero quickly,
Right.
And so I attack it that way. So anyway, that's my whole finance thing. Then we talked about like relationships. I don't have one. And then we talked about
Go back.
physical.
Can you just go back?
Physical.
Sorry.
And I think that in the next 2 or so weeks, like I'm going to be able to get back on a gym regimen because I have fallen off.
What's
the
happening
game.
in 2 or so weeks that needs to
It don't
wake
matter.
up?
I'll have a schedule, and like Echo will have a schedule, and so then I can say, oh, every other day I can go to the gym.
Oh, okay. I get it now. I see. Okay.
We talked about hobbies, and so I am going to pick back up in my golf once the weather breaks. And another hobby we'll get into, like side jobs and stuff, is like working more with nails and trying to do more practicing of nails because that is a hobby of mine I enjoy, and I'm trying to see, sorry Trina, how I can make money doing it.
Shout out to Jen's Nail Business. Can you? Okay.
What, the delusional page?
I had seen. I'm reading upside down, but it looked like that at the top said
We
delusional.
also had a category, of like
These are your delusions.
delusions, yeah.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, let's just do it.
I really, really love this because without reading your delusions, what it makes me think of is like the other side of the coin when you think about ambitions, right? And it's like, what do I see for myself? But then you got to tease out those delusions that might be getting in the way. So I love this. I'm not going to read your delusions, but I love that you thought them through.
I just feel like what I see often is like people who are successful, however they define their success, it's like, oh, and I was a little delusional. Like I feel like I could do this. And so then, I work towards it. And having something as your North Star, whether it's delusional or not, it helps because
getting you
you're
somewhere.
always going to work towards achieving it. So
I love that because it's like it seems impossible until it is happening.
You do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I was thinking about the relationship part, not because of like romantic, but because you reached out to me and said, "Hey, can we get together for a work from home day?" And
oh, right. I guess I could have talked about that. Wanting to be more intentional in nurturing my friendships, and so there's that side of it, which is getting together, spending time with people, because. Like, not to be morbid, but like we're getting older and we're at the point where like peers are passing away for like health stuff, like heart disease.
Heart attacks.
And yes. I don't want to be looking back like, oh my God, I wish I would have spent more time. No. So I'm going to start doing that. But then also it's being realistic with some friendships that have changed, and I just have to accept that that's what it is. For example, I'm not going to keep being the one to say, oh, let's grab lunch. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
The other person, yeah, you might be down to do it, but you're not
Reaching out.
reaching out.
Right. It's
Yeah.
not reciprocal. The effort.
Yeah, I'm noticing like, oh, I'll be sitting in the, hey, just checking in, how you doing? And
We don't get that
I'm
back.
never getting that, so
Yeah.
girl, bye. I'm stopped.
I think I did that 2023 or 2024 where I was like, you know what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't be the only one inhaling and exhaling in this relationship while you just exist in it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I just
And
thought
then
about
not
that
having
analogy.
animosity, just being like, that's okay, because
Your life
maybe
is
I'm
your
that
life.
way with some people. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. I love you from afar.
Yeah. So mothering. Speaking of, earlier you were talking about mothering, Echo, and doing rhyming exercises for your New Year's Eve activity. And I have a 17, about to be 18-year-old. He'll be 18
You are days away.
February 1st. And I dreamt of this day. And I don't mean like dreamt like I'm so happy that it's coming. I am happy that it is coming near. But I've always imagined this day. What? Oh, I always imagined this day that it would come. Every time I say the word come, I feel like I need to give context that it's not about coming sexually. Every time. Yeah, so every time I say that, I'm just going to pray that y'all don't have your thoughts. Anyway, so my son will be turning 18, and I don't know what I'm going to do, really. Anyway, turning 18, and your son is turning 4 soon?
He will be 4.
Yeah. That's a big difference. So we were thinking of maybe talking a little bit about the differences in our parenting, considering mine is about to be an adult, says the government, but
Right.
his actions and my interaction with him lets me know that adulthood is subjective. Like, what does that even mean? So you're doing rhyming exercises on New Year's Eve, and mine was on a date on New Year's Eve and was parked in a park somewhere for a very long time. So that's what I deal with. My anxiety is different because I can see his location. My anxiety is different than your anxiety.
Right.
Dealing with a teenager is ghetto. Okay. It is for the streets. 10 out of 10 don't recommend. Guaranteed. I don't know guaranteed stress or your money back. So I don't know. It's a lot. Coordinating for a human being that shouldn't know, that doesn't know any better, versus raising and coordinating, things for a person who you would think should know better.
Yeah.
I don't know which is worse. Wonderful kids, right? Both of them.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And then, I have a co-parenting aspect, and you don't at the time, but that's real. That goes
that's how we
into
started.
parenting. How y'all started was co-parenting?
Yeah.
Oh, you're okay. I get it. I don't co-parent with the other
Oh, that's what
parent
you're saying.
of
You
my
don't
son,
have. Okay.
right? But
Yeah.
I co-parent with my husband and his children's parents, and that's that. I think we're good. It's just the matter of you have a different dynamic there when having kids who are yours but aren't, kind of a thing. So it's like there's just these imaginary lines that you do or don't cross, or what does nurturing look like when you're a step parent versus overstepping as when is it nurturing or overstepping? When is it I care versus this isn't your business? That's a very turbulent terrain to walk on. So did I say those words correctly? Okay. I don't know. I just be saying stuff. But for you, it's you said you started off co-parenting with another adult human, and that is a beast. Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, it was smooth.
That's cool.
There would be hiccups along the way, but what I will be adapting is like adopting
Oh, okay.
is the mind frame of like, what happens over there, that ain't my business. My problem is like wanting to control. I'm like, oh well, he shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
He shouldn't do that. That ain't none of our business.
Yeah.
And what we do over here is what we do over here. What y'all do over there is what y'all do over there. I know that you're not going to hurt him or put him in harm's way. And so, like, if stuff happens differently, like, whatever. It's none of my business.
I would say when you, not you personally, but what I think is that when people try to control stuff, when it's not in like their household, then it turns into permission to ask as well. So like we have sometimes this attitude of like, why does he or she keep calling me and asking me for what to do in this situation? And it might be because you're trying to like control the situation or insert your opinion when it wasn't asked. So then it's like opens the door for like calls and texts about things that you would hope they can figure out on their own, because like you said, they're not going to hurt the child. If they go without something that's exactly like you would do it, I think they'll survive.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you constantly are like, do it this way, do it that way, what are y'all doing when they're not with you, the child? Then it might be like, I'm gonna just call her because shit, she want to do it anyway. But I will say co-parenting in a blended family is difficult but possible, and you just evolve together and hopefully turn into an adult I don't know what to say, like team. An adult team where you're all kind of working together for the best interest of the children. What's interesting about my situation, I will say, is because I don't have the other co-parent to parent my biological son, it's very like, that's a whole nother dynamic.
Right.
Because a lot of times I am involved in like adult conversations about just two of the children and not mine. And so then, that's a lot of splitting of my brain. It's a lot. And so, I don't know, girl, Godspeed. But parenting as a 40, almost 2-year-old with a 17-year-old versus parenting as a almost 42-year-old with a 4-year-old. Because I got my arthritis belt on my arm right now. So I don't even know what that would look like picking up and taking down somebody who's 50 pounds. How much does a 4-year-old weigh?
Echo is like, Echo's small though. He's probably upper 20s, lower 30s.
Really?
He ain't light, but he's not 50 pounds. No.
Yeah, I ain't putting, but.
I mean, it's just, what I remind myself is, look, I'm exploring this world for the first time. I ain't never been 42 before. This boy ain't never been 4 before. And a lot of times, I mean, it's entertaining. It's just, it can be tiring, and like privacy is not a thing. So I'm trying to figure out like, when do we get to that point? Because what Echo likes to do, bless his heart, is come into the bathroom when I'm in the bathroom. And so if I'm, I'm peeing and then he hears the pee, it's like, oh, good job, mommy. You're going potty.
Okay.
Next.
First of all, the audacity of you. The way you refuse to piss in the toilet. And then come around and tell me, good job. Right now, so yes, he is. I'm just saying.
Then he'll be like, did you push your penis down?
Oh.
And I'm like, well, mommy doesn't have a penis. I haven't introduced vagina yet, but it's just like, I just have to keep telling him, mommy doesn't have a penis. That's just you and daddy. Mommy doesn't have, because what I have to tell Echo when he's peeing is, push your penis down so that the pee doesn't come straight out from the toilet.
Have you tried the Cheerio?
Echo does not stand. We are nowhere near that point.
Oh, no. Okay.
Him standing at the toilet, he's not tall enough to even. He'd have to like stand on the stool, and I just feel like that just won't end well.
I heard that some men continue to not stand and like
for peeing.
Yeah, Jay. No.
Oh, he doesn't. Okay.
Jay, we're gonna open the casket.
That's news to me.
Okay.
I feel like you only do that when you're doing number 2. But
what if you have to do it at the same time? What if, you know how sometimes you got to go to the bathroom and you got to do both?
Yeah, it just happens. But I mean, you're sitting down, so you're.
So then you are peeing in the toilet sitting down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so you will probably do it if you're doing number 2, and then you just had to pee.
Sometimes do y'all parts hit the side of the toilet? Like what? Or you just hold it while you?
Yeah. What if your thighs are not like won't
Or do you
open
do
up
you
the
tuck
Red
it up
Sea.
and then just sit with your legs closed while you pooping and your pee just be right there?
You just
I'm
see
a
Jay's
uptucker.
Jay's
No,
face.
I'm not an uptucker.
So it just be
An
hanging in the
uptucker?
toilet.
Toilet. Yeah, what she said, it like rests up.
Okay.
Toilet.
Like,
no.
bring it up, close your legs, and plop it right
And
on
just
top.
plop it
of
on
your
top.
leg.
No, that's uncomfortable.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, for me, it's uncomfortable. I don't know.
So,
what you guys do.
what does a transition look like? Because sometimes you don't know you got to go number 2 until you're finished peeing, right? So then do you just be like, okay, I'm going to sit
Yeah, just
down
flip.
now?
Yep, just dip. Yep, boop.
Oh,
Sit
so
down.
then y'all can handle putting the seat down.
Oh.
Hey, well, I mean, yeah.
When it's for them. When it's for
Crazy.
you, right, of course,
I
right?
don't know what I was
Like,
walking into. But okay, I'm about to die again.
that's crazy how they can, so you can, okay.
Well, I mean, we have to. We should. Because then now it's a whole bowl there. Then you're trying to sit down and you're going to plop in the water.
So
Oh.
imagine
That to happen.
being
Yeah.
a woman going to pee in the middle of the night,
It's
right?
dark,
And you don't
yeah.
turn on the lights and you just go to
That's
sit.
why I
and
just
then-
put the whole thing down. I just put
That's
the whole-
best. I mean,
That's
because when you
best.
flush the toilet, that's
Yeah.
what you should do because
Yeah.
all the germs plop
Yep.
back up when you flush the toilet. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't even like. I use a napkin to put it down. Even though I wash my own toilet and stuff, I still use a napkin to put it all down
Okay.
and a napkin to flush.
Did y'all see the podcast where the man said that he shits in his hand?
Yep. I think he was
Yes.
lying.
You think so?
No, that was.
He looked really
Wax.
for real.
That was Charlamagne's ex bodyguard, and yes, I do believe that Wax did that.
That's so gross. She was like,
Why
I think
would you, though?
She was like, I feel like I need to end the interview.
Yeah, that was Bully the Beast podcast, and yeah, the Wax. I don't know if they're still going, but that was Wax, and I definitely believe that he would do something like that.
He was like, so y'all don't shit in your hand? Where does the shit go? And they were
So then
like,
what is diarrhea? Like diarrhea too? Like everything? He just
I don't know.
that
if he
don't
did
make any
diarrhea,
freaking
but
sense.
I know he definitely said the solid one. He put it in his hand.
and then
I know
throw
you're
it in
supposed
the
to
toilet.
look at it, yeah, and then throw it in the toilet. But sometimes they'll play games on each other and put in people's shoes and stuff.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
putting shoes where? Oh.
yeah, like playing pranks and putting it in people's shoes.
How does it get in the shoe? You got to hold it.
Yeah,
That's disgusting.
Yeah. So if he
I
if he
bet poop
catches
is
it,
warm.
if he catches it, then yeah, I don't know.
Ain't it? Right? Because our bodies are warm. So
Our
poop is
bodies are
probably
warm. Yes. So it's coming from inside of our body.
Remember DJ Envy said he wiped, but he don't look at the tissue?
How do you know when it's clean? You can't.
So either you're lying or your booty be itching.
That's disgusting. That is gross. I'm gonna get a bidet though. I cannot wait to
I
get my
want to.
bidet.
I
It's
must
just
say, over my dad's house when I was staying there with
Mm-hmm.
my nephew brother, I didn't mind. Like I was using, and it was heated. The toilet seat was heated.
Yes.
Now that was nice.
Tristina Lynn has a bidet, and I thoroughly enjoy because it is warm,
Mm-hmm.
and it also is the water's warm,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not always
yeah,
the
I
case.
can't imagine no cold water. My God.
But it is you know when I was shopping on Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be careful because some of them just simply connect to the water line for the toilet, and you don't have control over the temperature. And you know, toilet water is going to be cold.
Wait. So the water that be in the toilet, that's the one that's shoving, it's getting squirted into my butt?
Not what's already in the toilet.
But I mean, it's the same water.
Yeah, but it's not the water that's already in the toilet. It's coming from somewhere. I don't know. It's coming like there's
it
a
reroutes.
water pipe
Okay.
that your bidet could attach to get some of that water, and then it's going to reroute to the bidet.
Got you.
Or you get the kind of bidet that taps into the sink water, and then you can control, because that has two lines. It has a hot water and a cold water.
Right.
And that's the best way to go, I think, because then you can have warm water. Because who would want cold water spraying on a
I
coochie
wouldn't.
or butt?
You use it on your coochie,
kind,
too?
right? So then you have the kind. This is at Trisina's house where you have the kind that it'll adjust to go a little further out to get your coochie.
I
Or
can see that beneficial when you're on your period.
right.
Otherwise, why would you need that?
I mean, just to spray it down with some water after you go. Because, like, when you pee, it's not like one stream, right? It's spray. It's like, do you wipe when you go pee? You wipe when you go pee, right?
I'm saying, why would I
Okay.
need to wet it with water, though? Like why
to
would
get
I need
to wash away the urine?
That's what the tissue does.
I mean, but
I feel
before,
like the butt is a little different. Like,
I feel like it makes sense because I feel like the water can spray away any remnants of urine, that has splashed on your vagina or your hair or whatever's down there, and then you use the tissue to dry off.
It's spraying to the front of your coochie? I don't even know if my dad does that. It was just the bum.
Yeah, this one goes to both. The one that I want. And it's because, I mean, like, for instance, when you wear Spanx. Oh.
Can't relate, friend. Carry on.
I wear Spanx.
Uh-huh.
And they put this dumbass hole in the middle of the Spanx in the crotch part. Where it's like, if you have ever worn Spanx, anybody out there, and they put this hole down there, it's impossible. I have to take my Spanx off every time I go to the bathroom if I'm out in public to pee. Because the hole isn't, it's going to get wet.
Oh.
I can't just pee through that little ass hole.
Do you think it's made for like white women's bodies? Like, are there pee holes somewhere
But she
different?
called me racist. But I think
that is like stuff in America is made for white people. So that's why I'm asking that.
Well, I don't know that white women have different, like, smaller pee holes, I guess.
White women, if you're listening, can you let us know?
Like, when you say it's made for white women, some, like, makeup, yes, okay, like, whatever. But
Clothes
our
too.
vaginas,
Like, their freaking torsos are longer.
are they?
Yeah,
I
our
have a
bodies
long
are not
torso.
made the same. Yes, like stuff we made specifically for white women.
But I have a long torso. I'm black.
Okay, then maybe you have a little bit of white. I don't know,
Oh.
but I'm saying like the fact that like we're
Know what we're talking
curvier,
about.
we be having like bigger butts. Okay, that's
Okay.
a black woman thing, or you know,
Yeah.
other POCs. But white women typically have flatter behinds, and so stuff will cater to a flatter behind. You ain't got no flat behind.
No more. So
How do we get
one day we'll talk about that. But the pee hole I was referring to in the Spanx.
Oh, right.
Does not do me any justice. I have to remove, like, I try to make sure I go pee before I go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I'm not one who has to pee often.
Mm-hmm.
But if I do, after drinking, after being out, like I went out the other night and I had to pee and I had to open up my... Okay. I don't know what that means, Jay. Like, what the fuck? It was like 550. 4:45, 46. We're 46
47.
minutes. Was
That's
your
where I
thumb
was.
supposed to count there? Okay. Usually if people do 7, they're going to do like this. Am I wrong? He did like this. You just do everything special, Jay. Anyway, so I have to take off my Spanx. And that's because when I pee, it's not going to come out in like one solid stream like a squirt bottle. It's going to spray everywhere. So it's going to get my Spanx.
I'm so sorry. And if you want to cut this, let's. So like your pee, you don't just pee.
I do just pee.
So
What do
are
you
saying?
mean?
It squirts everywhere. What do you mean?
I'm just saying, like, it's not one solid stream coming out. Like, it might.
Why not?
Because I have a tilted cervix. We're getting deeper and deeper into this. I found out in college when I went to a gynecologist for a regular checkup, and it was a black lady, which is also why I advocate that I don't know if it's for every culture or nationality or whatever, but I have a black female doctor because I'm black female.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I had a black doctor look at my coochie, she was like, "Baby, did you know that you have a slant or curved cervix?" I don't know what that means. And I was like, no. But it made sense because in adult activities, sometimes it would hurt, you know, if like for certain angles or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, that's why, because you have I think she said crooked. Maybe it's crooked.
Tilted? That's what you
Tilted.
said before. Tilted.
Tilted. It ain't straight. So whatever it's supposed to be, it's not. And that might be I don't think pee comes from there, but that might have something to do with my anatomy. But it just the Spanx don't work. How did we get here? Bidets.
Bidet.
I think I want a bidet, and I would like for the bidet to clean off my vagina before I pat it dry, and that's my business.
Are you shooting for that like this year? When do you want a bidet?
I'm having decision fatigue. I'm someone who's very indecisive on things, and I'm interested in it for more than just like myself, for like the boys as they get older, and like I just want them to make sure that they have their hygiene together, and I think that bidets are very hygienic. You know, like just everybody in the household, I think it would accommodate them.
Oh, so you're gonna get it on all the toilets.
I would like to get it on. Well, at least the 2 upstairs ones.
Yeah.
The guest bathroom downstairs, like y'all on your own. But the one in our bedroom and the one that the kids use upstairs, I would like to get one for that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna get though. So there's the attachment that's much cheaper, and then you can get the whole toilet, which is much more expensive. But I'm the kind of person where if I'm not satisfied, I'm gonna go to the next level. So I'm wondering, do I just go all in and just get what I know? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder what my dad has.
You should find out for me.
And I wonder if it's different from what my granny has.
Mm-hmm.
Her CV too hot. Anyway, I don't know. Should we wrap up this episode?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that was enough. So something ratchet that's happening soon is President Trump will be inaugurated. What is that called? Yeah.
Former President Trump will be inaugurated tomorrow. Then he can be called President Trump again, in my opinion.
They've been calling him President Trump for forever in the news. So that must be the people who wanted him to be president.
Yeah, I mean, they also say President Obama sometimes too, and I'm okay with that. But it's like technically
that's ratchet and ghetto. So, yeah. So you can find us on.
I didn't write them all out, so y'all know where to find
Okay,
us.
Spotify, Apple, not YouTube this time because we are not doing a video recording for this one. And you can find us on Instagram as FNLadies_podcast and Facebook as Such a FN Lady. And that about wraps it up. Thanks, y'all.
See you later. Talk to you later.